Alright, what is going on, you guys? It's a FrostedPepster, and today, this is the third time I've recorded this tutorial. Let's hope it works. This is no joke. I feel like it's cursed. Both times, screen recorder did not work. I'm having to use Fraps. I used Fraps last time, didn't work. Whatever, fuck it. So this tutorial is on how to make essentially 2D objects in 3D space, kind of. Like my intro, I'll roll that as I'm talking right now. Like you're watching, I'm gonna show you guys like a dumbed down version of that. And what I mean by that is the thing that you watched or are watching took me a good day to make. Granted, that was on a horrible little laptop while I was on vacation at the beach during my off time while I was not swimming and stuff. Yeah, but that took me a long time, and it was also the first time I'd ever done something like that, taking 2D images and putting them in like a 3D environment. It was new, so it took me a while, but I'm going to show you guys kind of a dumbed down version. Hopefully this doesn't go more than 20 minutes. If it does, I'll cut stuff down, hopefully. But what you're going to want to do is start off with a big old image. I've got a good old size picture, and of course, if you want, I'll show you my comp settings. I'm running in 24 frame rate just because it's faster. If you really wanted, you can switch to 60, which is what I rendered my intro in. 60 FPS. I worked in a 24 frame rate environment, which is really good because it keeps rendered like pre-comp. I'm getting so many words mixed up. It's like 12. It keeps the speed really good while you're pre-rendering and stuff. But right before you go to do the final render, you can put it to 60 because you're not working with footage, you're working with pictures. So it's really useful when you're doing that. So this is just what I'm using. I'm rendering in 1080p. And when you're doing something like this, you want to get a good picture that you can really scale and scale in and really keep the quality. And running in 24 is really good when you're working with pictures and stuff of this size, because of course you're not rendering as many frames, so it's really good. But I've already done this a couple times, so I know exactly where I want to kind of zoom into. Just this corner-ish, this area. I'm thinking, because you want to give yourself plenty of space in all the different directions. I just hit my mic. When you're doing something like this, so if you wanted, you could probably like work over here, but I'm gonna work. Gosh, where am I gonna work? I forget which way I did it last time. I think I'll do this, where I'll have it up here, but I will rotate it. Oh, that scale. What am I doing wrong? Where I'll rotate it up here. And then I'll scale it in a little bit. And then it gives you a nice looking like image. And I'm going to put something there so it's all good. Now we're going to take our Earth image, put it above our background, and we're going to hit scale on the keyboard again to scale it down to size. And I'll bring it down to like, I think it was 28 is like comp size or whatever. We're going to go to our rectangle tool. Well, we're going to switch to ellipse tool by holding down left click and make sure that you have selected the layer. And then you're just going to kind of hold, and you're going to bring up a pretty decent size. It's okay if you get it wrong because you can always click and rearrange. Oh, it's going. My computer's a good, decent editing computer. But it's kind of running slow because I'm running Fraps, and that always sucks everything. That's what she said. I'm so sorry. Then you go to mask, feather. Let's go. That looks decent. I mean, we're not gonna nitpick this one. Now let's scale this down. Bring it to like here. We're gonna try to keep a busy looking, not too busy, but we're gonna kind of keep it a good, but not too cluttered, but kind of cluttered. I don't know what I'm saying. Now we're gonna go to, let's just bring that up, and let's go to glowing thing, and let's bring that above the Earth layer. And this is pretty cool because I'll show you what we're doing. Ellipse tool again. Make sure you're selected that. Hold shift and drag. Now let's bring up a decent chunk. Go back to this tool and just kind of find the center area, which I feel like that is close enough. Let's go to feather and just feather the poop out of this. We can even go to mask expansion if we feel like we gave too much. Bring that down, which is good. And now, of course, this is where we get a general center of the image, and we'll hit S on the keyboard to scale it up so we feel like we've achieved a decent size. Now we're going to bring that down, and we've got a little bit of color. If we want, we can go to tint. We can go to tint. We can bring that down a bit, and we're just kind of giving like this is like a sci-fi atmosphere. I don't know. Like if you look at pictures of the Earth, you always see like an atmosphere around it. So we're just gonna do kind of a sci-fi version of that. Now let's go. I don't know, whatever that is. Let's get rid of that for a second. Now let's go to turbulent displace. And let's bring that down to glowing thing. Let's make sure that's pretty centered. And we're going to go to amount. And let's leave it at 50. And we're going to go to size. And this is where we're going to create some movement. So we're going to go to amount and size. We're going to keyframe those. Let's go to about, I don't know, 5.5 seconds, a little bit over. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to be super nitpicky with this one. And let's just put the amount up a little bit. And what we've got is kind of this cool thing going. I've got the hiccup thing saying things a lot. Let's bring these down off the edge as a way to or first let's easy ease them, because that's always good. Easy ease, and then we can bring these two keyframes just off, so it's already like starting. Of course, we can always change that around if we feel like it's too much, but I feel like it should be fine since it's just around the edge of the Earth. So if for some reason it is just too much, which it's totally not, it's totally good. And now is where we will add our smoke thing. I don't know why I put it there, but we will bring that up. And we're going to just take our simple pen tool, and we're going to scale this down, which is always fun. Let's fit this back to 100% or whatever. And we're going to do the world's sloppiest mask. We're just going to go around here really quick. If you want, for some reason, you can go really in-depth, but from my experience, what we're doing right here is just fine. Just a basic outline, and we can bring that in. So this looks like garbage, so that's why we'll go down to our mask properties and feather the living bejesus out of this, which now it's kind of blending in. Now we can go to our toggle switches, bring this from normal to add, and now it's an additive layer, so that means all the black like background is gone. Turbulent displace is always nice, and we will keyframe the size and amount. Go to about that mark. We'll just kind of scale it, kind of give some motion of the ocean commotion. I don't follow with that. Okay, so it looks like our feather was a bit excessive, which is always fine because we can fix that by getting rid of some. That ought to do. You can always just drag it away. And that's looking decent. Decent is the word of the day. And back to tint, which is tint is just such a useful effect because it gives you control over black and white color, which is always great. So we want to keep some of the color in this, but not too much as to like you know, we don't want it to be too magical. Said no one ever. So let's bring this back up, transform, and we can rotate it just a little bit to our heart's desire. I'm thinking something like this would be fine. So now as that all goes, that's all fun and dandy. Now we can duplicate this layer, which gets crazy, and we bring it here. We can actually bring it underneath these two layers, bring up R and hit shift to hold, and hit S to bring up both. And now let's just rotate it a bit, maybe a little bit of that, maybe scale it a tiny bit, and just creating a little bit more, and so now that's all there, and we can officially, what am I gonna say? What was I gonna say? We can smoke thing. Let's actually bring this more out there. T for opacity. Let's bring that down. Hit the wrong one. I should really rename it, but I'm too lazy to do that. So if we go to layer, new, go to light, and just default properties. Yeah, it says all that. That's good. That's fun and dandy. Transform. Now here's where we shall rotate the light, or not. Okay, what am I doing wrong? That's it. We need to go to layer, new. I'm working on it, guys. Go to camera, boom, bring the camera down. Now in order to make this work, we got to go to switches, make everything a 3D layer. Boom. Now it's all crazy. But if we take the light, we go back down to its properties, we zoom out, we bring it up, we pan it down, the rotation does nothing, and we've got a pretty cool looking lit scene where we've got our Earth, which is now the dark side. We've got these, which as we move things we can always adjust, which is looking pretty snazzy. So we've got the light hitting here and getting all bright, and then it kind of fading out over here, which is good. I feel like this smoke thing is just too bright, so let's hit T for that. Sweet. So now we've got there. Let's go to layer, new, hit solid, bring that. Now everything should, well, let's bring it over the light. Now here's where we add our black bars for cinematic appeal. Now go to CC and then hit Jaws or J. We're going to go to height, bring that to 0, and boom. There we go. We've got a smexy looking cinematic space scene. So now with our camera, we can officially go to camera options and keyframe that to like the 4.5 second mark, zoom it in a bit, and so now we've got a cool zoom. Depth of field will be turned on, assuming I did this right. Now focus distance, we can now mess around with this. Let's see if we can get any cool depth of field just by messing around with our focus distance, because assuming I placed these all in the right place, whatever, it's fine. Keep depth of field off for now. I didn't place them right last time. It worked. It's all about placing the objects close enough but far enough that it affects it differently. Last time it worked. This time it just so happens to not have worked. So now we can go to transform. Getting all my lip smacks in there. Let's just keyframe all those just to be careful, and we can, well, be very careful because it very much enjoys so now we've got that. That is a thing that is happening. Easy ease to make it smoother. We can get rid of the depth of field keyframe, and now we've got a cool looking pan. And if you guys want, you can always go in and as this does it zoom, you can make these things kind of change and scale them up and down in a way to parallax, like create kind of a parallax effect. I'm assuming that's a real word. I've heard it somewhere for this. I am using a big word that's probably not real, unless I'm just not educated enough, which is a thing that could be true. What am I thinking of? Lens flare. There we go. CC lens flare. I don't know the difference between the two. Let's just go click down, layer new, solid. Okay, comp size. Which one's different? Let's generate. I feel like that one. Boom! Done. It's all done. Perfect. End of scene. No. I don't even know why I had to clarify by saying no. Go to toggle. Go to add. And now, if we go to the very beginning, and we create... What am I thinking? Make this a 3D object. As it spins, it'll stay with the scene. You can always click up here. Kind of make it look like the lens flare is affecting everything in a cool way. And yeah. Here we go. We can even, if you want, you can get technical with the lens flare and really make it look all snazzy, because I feel like there's a lot more work that could be done with it. Like if we scale it up just so bit, my grammar slowly deteriorates as it gets later. You should see me at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking like a caveman, Jenny. That's mean. I don't know. Yeah. Forrest Gump's a great movie. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. We is sponsored. We are sponsored by the word now let's pre-compose. Just pre-comp 1. And now everything is dumbed down to here. Now let's go to wiggle. Sorry about that. Drag this Baker's Tutorial preset. It's really cool what he did. He took like real camera footage and then he tracked it like to an object, and then he took those keyframes, those tracked keyframes, and applied them to effects, which is so cool because now you get like realistic camera wiggle if you just put it in your user presets. I'll link that in the description because it's a great video. This is really basic. There's not a whole lot happening in this scene, but if you want, I can like almost recreate my current intro, like with text and all that, which would be really cool. And I totally forgot that I'm running in like 30 FPS mode or 24 FPS, so it's gonna be a bit choppy to preview, but that's the beauty of After Effects. It's slow. I have a decent computer too, and After Effects is just not loving it. Look at that performance alert. I don't have anything to add. I feel like this is a pretty successful tutorial. It showed you guys how to create something cool out of nothing or just pictures. If you liked it, feel free to leave a comment. If you hated it, leave a like. That's it. Leave a like and a comment. Share. I don't think that's ever happened before, but feel free. And comment if you want a more in-depth look at this, more like polished version, I guess. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Make sure to tell your grandparents about this. I'm sure they'll be thrilled. Yeah, that's just how to make a really basic, like, 3D or 2D scene, or 2D, 3D thing in After Effects. I'm gonna stop rambling on. I'll see you guys in the next one.